ESPN's Mel Kiper did release his mock draft for round 1 of the 2025 NFL Draft. As you guys know, the New England Patriots have pick number 4, thanks to the win in Week 18 against the Buffalo Bills. No, I'm not still salty about it, but we're going to talk about who they could possibly take with pick number 4 and where Mel Kiper thinks they should go, offense or defense, with that first pick. So before we jump into that, I just want to make sure you guys are aware that we are in a month-long subscriber battle with the Jets Report. This is a new program here at Chat Sports with host Patrick Seatman. I told you guys about this a couple weeks ago. Want to let you know we are currently winning, but not enough. It's not making me feel great. We gained over 230 subscribers the last time I told you guys about this sub battle. Let's go ahead, make it 300 new subscribers. Hit that sub button down below. Just in case you guys weren't aware, here is the 2025 NFL Draft order, and we are at number 4. Should be number 1. It should have been number 1. But nonetheless, we've got to move forward and do with what we can. Now, when you look at the top 3 teams that are above us, Titans, Browns, and Giants, they could all use a nice fresh pair of legs at quarterback. Thankfully, the New England Patriots don't have that problem. So we can start to really focus on other areas of needs because, believe me, there are plenty for the Patriots on offense and on defense that they could take with the number 4 pick. And it's not just the first round. Obviously, there are 7 rounds, and here is where New England will be selecting for the entire 3-day period. Number 4 with pick number 1. Then you have round 2, number 38, round 3, number 69. Hey-oh. Number 3 also as well, 77 via the Falcons in that Matthew Judon trade. Thank you very much, Judon. Number 4, 107. Number 5, 143. Number 7, 217 via the Titans. 7, 220, and 7, 241. So no 6-round pick, but 3 7-round picks. So what do the Patriots really need to hone in on that first round? Obviously, the offensive line. You're looking at your Will Campbells, your Kelvin Banks Jr. Then you're looking at your wide receivers, Travis Hunter, Tetairoa McMillan. And then your defensive line, which there's really only one area of defense that can be filled by Abdul Carter, which is Mel Kiper's option to take at number 4. Mel Kiper has New England selecting Abdul Carter, the edge from Penn State. This is a play disruptor if I have ever seen one. And the Patriots defense struggled in numerous different areas on the field on defense, but they really struggled in bringing quarterback pressure every single game. They went the last 3-4 games without even putting a sack on the quarterback. So Abdul Carter primarily specializes in making quarterbacks' lives hell. And he is looking to improve the Patriots' 25 sack total. We had 25 sacks this year. That is such garbage. And 9 of those came in one game against the horrendous Chicago Bears. So what would Abdul Carter be able to bring to New England? Well, keep in mind, the team high for sacks this year was 5. All right, Carter doubled that. He gave us 12. 2 forced fumbles for Penn State, 68 tackles as a 2024 edge rusher. Unfortunately, his college career did get cut short without a national championship this last year, but I do think that Abdul Carter would absolutely shake things up and be a huge addition to our defense. But I do want to keep in mind here, when you're looking at a guy like Abdul Carter, yes, you may be able to swing and get a hit in free agency, but this draft isn't as stacked as I wanted it to be, and I want to make sure that if we do end up taking an Abdul Carter, and you want to focus on the edge position, which isn't, in my opinion, on the top of priority lists for New England. I think offensive line and a top target for Drake May should be number 1 and number 2, and then you should go to the defensive side of the football. It sounds like Mike Vrabel may want to take an offensive lineman with pick number 4, which we'll talk about here in just a moment. But I want to go on ahead and just ask you guys right off the bat here. Who should the Patriots draft with their first round pick? Abdul Carter, Tetairoa McMillan, Will Campbell, Kelvin Banks Jr., Travis Hunter. Let me know in the comment section down below. You guys better get hit with the YouTube ad break. Sit through it. I promise we'll be right back. Mike Vrabel after his introductory press conference, really honed in on what he's looking for to help bolster this Patriots team immediately. We have to focus on the line because I think the best teams right now in the National Football League are the ones that still have the best offensive lines, that are changing the line of scrimmage, protecting the passer, have versatility in a run game, can run a zone scheme, can run a gap scheme. With that being said, we want to focus on some of those areas. That is why, even though Mel Kiper has Abdul Carter ranked number 2 overall in his upcoming draft picks, but has the Patriots taking him at number 4, I also agree. I do think Abdul Carter should be the number 1 target for the Patriots at number 4. But I think Vrabel might lean a little bit more to the offensive line. I just think that might be too much of a gamble to try and get in free agency, and a trade for an offensive lineman may take a lot because they are a dime a dozen in the NFL. So we're going to talk a little bit more here in the back half of the show. Who could the Patriots take with pick number 4 if it's not going to be Abdul Carter, the absolute disruptor on defense? Before I break that down, let me go ahead and tell you guys about our sponsor on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. It's brought to you by Prize Picks, the number 1 daily fantasy sports app in America. I play Prize Picks every single game day, and I want you guys to play with me and as well as 10 million active users. Prize Picks is honestly probably the easiest part of my day. All you guys have to do is just pick more or less on a player's projected stats, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. Oh yeah, baby, up to 1,000 times your cash. All you guys have to do to get started is download the Prize Picks app. Once you get there, just create an account. Use promo code CLNS. This should give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the Prize Picks app. Use promo code CLNS. It'll give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You're probably thinking, Allie, if you say you play every day, where are your Prize Picks at? Bam! Here are my Prize Picks for the upcoming game. I'm taking a demon and a goblin. As you guys can see, Terry McLaurin is a demon pick. A little bit harder to hit, but if it does, the payout is more. Saquon Barkley, he's going to be my goblin pick. More than likely going to happen, but the payout isn't as much. But I'm going to top that off with James Cook going up against one of the top defenses in the NFL, 56.5 less rushing yards, and then Jaden McDaniels to have more than 1 passing yard. That is a nice free square there for Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders, so you guys should go on ahead and hop on that right now. Go on ahead and download the Prize Picks app. Use promo code CLNS. This will give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Download the Prize Picks app today. You guys can go on ahead and get started. Why? Because Prize Picks run your game. Here is Mel Kiper's first-round big board for the first 8 picks. He's going to have the Tennessee Titans taking Cam Ward as a quarterback with pick number 1. Then they'll have Travis Hunter actually going to the Browns as the wide receiver. I guess that kind of makes sense. You do still have a crap ton of money you owe Deshaun Watson and Jameis Winston. Then Shedeur Sanders falls to number 3 to the New York Giants. He does have Abdul Carter, the edge, coming to New England at pick number 4. Mason Graham, who is the defensive tackle out of Michigan at number 5. Tetairoa McMillan at pick number 6. Mikael Williams at number 7. And Jalen Walker at number 8. So let's talk about hypotheticals here. Now that Mel Kiper predicts that Travis Hunter will go with pick number 2 to the Browns, is there a possibility Travis Hunter could fall to pick number 4 and land with New England? Now I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys this question off the bat. Do you even want Travis Hunter? Is this a guy that we're hoping falls to number 4, or are you hoping that the Browns take him with number 2 and Mel Kiper's dreams come true and we can still land Abdul Carter with pick number 4? Go on ahead and type Y for yes, type N for no. If you guys typed Y for yes, let's talk a little bit about possibly drafting Travis Hunter. He was the clear-cut 2024 Heisman Trophy winner, even though I thought Ashton Genty would have been a very cool winner. He's arguably the best player in the 2025 NFL Draft. Why? Because he's very versatile. He can play both offense and defense, and he pretty much plays the entire 4 quarters every single snap. Not only does he play both ways, he is one of the best both ways. He's still a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL draft. He's a top 5 cornerback in the NFL draft, depending on which side he decides to go with when he plays professionally. So let's look at his stats as a top wide receiver. I mean, this is unreal. This guy literally just came off the field playing in the secondary and then comes out here on offense and puts up these types of numbers. 1,200 receiving yards. He averaged 13 yards a game, 15 tutties, and 96 receptions. He's an absolute dog. And you're probably thinking, oh, God, his cornerback stats probably aren't even good. Wrong. 36 tackles, 11 pass breakups. That is tied with some NFL players right now who just had career highs. 4 interceptions. The man is a headhunter. He does very, very well in man coverage. Also, when it comes to being a wide receiver, he knows exactly how to get away from his man and create that separation. He's a dual threat that I haven't seen this type of talent really in my generation. But we're not sure which side he's going to play. And yes, while I do think we do still need a very good replica of Christian Gonzalez in the secondary, I do like Alex Austin a lot. I think that if the defensive coordinator, Terrell Williams, can now get something going with Alex Austin, he could be that replica in the secondary. We're not even sure if Travis Hunter is going to be a wide receiver, and you're not playing him both ways in the NFL. And I do think we need a wide receiver ASAP, and I don't know if we're going to be able to swing one in free agency. So here's where I lie with Tetairoa McMillan. Right now, Mel Kiper has him going number 6. Could we possibly steal him from the Raiders and take him at number 4? The receiver room is bad. It's so light. Demario Douglas is really your only top target, and I prefer him more in the slot. He's tall. This guy is 6'5". He's a big frame pass catcher that become May's top receiving option, and he has great body control for contested catches. We know that Drake May tends to be a little bit inconsistent. At least that's what he was in his first year as a rookie. I think this could be a very good option for Drake May in the passing game. But do we want a wide receiver with pick number 4? Do we want an edge, a D tackle, an offensive lineman, offensive tackle? Should the Patriots draft a wide receiver? Type wide receiver in the comment section down below if you guys agree. Pick number 4 should go to a clear-cut receiver in the NFL. And here's what Mel Kiper had to say about possibly updating their receiver room with pick number 4. New England also has glaring holes at receiver and on the offensive line. If Hunter is still on the board, he does fit. Arizona's Tetairoa McMillan makes some sense too. And there's a shot the Patriots will get an offer to trade back, which would put them in a better spot to take one of the top offensive tackles, which could be a Will Campbell, a Kelvin Banks Jr. But Carter, my number 2 prospect, could take the defense to another level. So Kiper's like, look, I'm all in on Abdul Carter. And if I am, I'm not Mel Kiper. I am just Allie Barefoot, Patriots Today by Chat Sports, but I think McMillan is a great pick. We just suck at drafting wide receivers. So I'm afraid that he's just going to fall in this long line of juju and just suck his first year. And I do get the comparison with N'Keal Harry. And I do really love Abdul Carter. Right now I'm like 50-50 on Carter and McMillan. So we're just going to have to see what the front office decides to do. But the good news is that now we have Mike Vrabel, who will have a say in all Patriots picks and targets and trades moving forward. The new OC and DC will also give some clarity as to what they're looking for in the NFL draft moving forward. So we have a lot more mock drafts to come, especially with the new OC and DC now being set. So if you guys want to go on ahead, hit that sub button for me down below if you haven't already, and join 21,000 loyal subscribers right here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports.